Thank you, sweet honeys, for joining me out in the quilting studio again today. I'm in Yuma, Arizona, and it is hot. It is getting hot, my friends. I have folded up the quilt right here that covers up my wall air conditioner, and she is just blowing and blowing, and I've got 2 fans going as well. keep the quilting studio cool, partly for me, partly for my honey, and partly for my clients, of which I've had several today, which is so much fun. And because it's hot here in Yuma, Arizona, a lot of my winter visitors have taken off, and I have time. Send a quilt over here to Brenda's Quilting Studio, and I have time to get it up on the quilting bed and finish it for you ASAP. That's the best. Put some information down in the comments and we'll have a chat about it, and there's also information in the show notes. Take a minute to like and subscribe. Let's show these beautiful quilts to so many more people. Speaking of beautiful quilts, let's talk about what I've got up on here right now. Linda made this. Linda is one of my most prolific quilters. She brings me quilts all the time. She loves to make quilts for people who are in need. She loves to make quilts for all of her family members. She loves to make quilts for her gardener and her friends and everybody who has something to do with her life. It's just the sweetest. And look at this gorgeous quilt that she has going right here. All of the fabrics are coordinating. These are all in the beginning fabrics, so you might recognize some of those in relationship to the designs that she has right here. What do we have going? Border fabric going all the way around. Absolutely stunning, carrying it across right there. Because that border fabric is going along beautifully, she has taken the time and effort to do a most magnificent job. Whoops, we just got one hand, honey. She's done such a beautiful job of a mitered corner. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. And that carries that border design all the way around. If you have a border design like this, I would implore you to consider a mitered corner, but it could be any piece of fabric, even a solid piece of fabric. You will still elevate your quilt a couple of more levels if you do a mitered corner. And let's go ahead and take a look at the back. She's pressed that open beautifully and connected it right down here to the rest of the quilt, where the quilt is coming outward and pressed into the border, and then this miter is pressed open. Very, very nice. You can see how beautifully that is laying right there. Love myself a gorgeous mitered corner. Over here at the Quilting Studio in the better weather months of the year, I teach a free clinic on doing mitered corners, and I would suggest that you always consider it. Send me a question or a comment, and I'd be happy to share with you. Look at how nice and straight that is turning out. I have gotten many with very wonky mitered corners, so let's learn how to do that together. The design I'm putting on here is beautiful. It's called Botanical Blossoms. It has a lot to it. It's very full of design. She has chosen, because the backing is white, to use my Kiwi variegated thread on the backing, which is unusual. Normally I put on the front, but you can see how well that variegation is showing on the back, and it wouldn't show on the front hardly at all. On the front, I'm actually using my pasture color of thread, and it's blending beautifully. You can see that you can only notice the design with the color in these lighter areas. So if I had done that Kiwi variegate on the front, you really wouldn't see it at all. So that's something to be aware of in relationship to my variegated threads. When you have pieces that are at half square triangles, flying geese, any pieces that are cut on the bias, be very gentle when you're doing your pressing, my friends. You want to watch out that you don't do stretching. That can happen. We can take a perfect triangle and turn it into an imperfect parallelogram just by the amount of stretching that we're doing because of our pressing. No, no, no. And let's take a quick peek at the pressing job on the back side of the front of the quilt. Absolutely stunning. So nicely done. She's pressed all of her seams flat, which is great. If you have a big buildup of area, if you were to have a big star in the center, I would encourage you to press that seam open. Nicely done right here. When you press the back side, be sure and turn that over and press the top side as well. My friends, it will make a big difference. Questions, thoughts, put them in the comments below. Let's start a conversation. So happy to help you with your quilting journey. This is a passion for me to get this art out where more people can snuggle and love on these quilts. And I just implore you to have a beautiful day, because I know I will.